So first off, I just want you guys to tell me about you guys and what you do and kind of your relationship and your partnership.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Janelle.
We are the co-owners of the Barre Code Metro Detroit studios. So the Barre Code franchise network is expanding rapidly across the country, and we're really proud to have our little pocket of the state here in Michigan. We have 3 studios in Royal Oak, Birmingham, and Rochester Hills. And the Barre Code is a women's fitness program. We have several different styles of classes, and that variety is something that we're also really proud of, and we'll probably get into chatting more about that in a little bit. But we operate on the 3 pillars of fitness, which are cardio, strength training, and restorative stretch. So our goal is to have a very all-encompassing program, so that way women can find everything that they need for their fitness journey, all within our classes. Something else about our business and our studios that I think makes it special is our community. We're big believers that while fitness and our classes are our product and our vehicle to getting to our clients, we're truly in the business of helping women live healthier and happier lives. And we're going on almost 6 years of business here in Detroit, and we can share so many stories about just the changes that we've seen within women and their confidence levels, and changes that they've been able to make within their lives outside of the classes because of the strength that they've built within them. And it's something that we just are so grateful to have an opportunity to be a part of.
That is awesome. I absolutely love that. And I didn't realize you guys had been in business for 6 years. That's incredible. And I am all about women-owned businesses. We're actually, so our company, Adlerstone, we are a small women-owned business. There are 4 of us, and 2 women, 2 men. And then we also have another company that is also a small women-owned business. And we're all about that.
Love it.
So how did you become interested in franchising?
So it kind of started, I was working in corporate sales and feeling a little bit like a number. I was at a Fortune 200 company, and so there were a lot of people and just one me. And so I started to realize that I wanted to do something that I could have a bigger impact and feel like I was more directly connected to what the business was doing. And so that was kind of when I started to realize that owning a business might be for me. However, at that time, I was 23 years old. So I was a few years out of college and looking for an opportunity where I could own something, but also looking for a framework and looking for a business concept that I connected with, but that would also help to guide me since I didn't have a ton of experience at that point. So I started looking into different fitness franchises, and when I was introduced to the Barre Code, I immediately fell in love with the brand. We have a mantra that's big and bold right when you walk in the studios. We have it on the wall, and it's about a lot of those concepts that I mentioned previously about just being proud of your body and proud of its capabilities, and accepting the differences amongst us and celebrating those rather than feeling like they are flaws. And so so much of that I just resonated and connected with. And my best friend Janelle, I knew that she was also interested in the fitness space. We both grew up as dancers and met while dancing at Michigan State University on the dance team. And so I knew that she was also looking for a career change at the time. And so I called her one day, and I was like, what do you think about this? And like a true pal, she signed on, moved home, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So what does a typical day look like for the 2 of you?
It's such a great question. I feel like we get that so many times from prospective, franchisees, and it's every day is different, which is a blessing and a curse, I guess, sometimes. But it's, especially since entering motherhood, we're both new moms too. We have the flexibility to kind of plug things into our day. We don't work a normal 9 to 5 like normal people, I guess, do. Sometimes we're up at the crack of dawn at 4 a.m. Sometimes we're here late till 10, and we work a lot of weekends too. But we're allowed to kind of plug personal things into our lives when needed as well, which is nice. Sometimes we can go weeks without really having a real day off. But when you're surrounded by like the community during events and different social settings, it feels like a fun entertainment thing. We're able to kind of plug all different sorts of the business, facets into our days. Sometimes it's an admin day we try, and sometimes we're more focused on sales or growing the business, building our team. But it's nice because we have that flexibility throughout the week to do things when we need to and plug personal things into.
That's awesome. What do you think is the one trait that someone would need to be successful in the franchise system that you're in Barre Code?
It's so hard to pick one because I feel like in my head there's, how Janelle mentioned, we wear so many hats throughout the different facets of the business. And so I'm going to break the rules and I'm going to give you two traits.
Okay, that's fine.
There's two things that are important. Number one is the flexibility to do exactly what she was just describing, in that, you could be talking to a client, you could be meeting with a connection for a future event, and then you could be plunging a toilet, and that could all be within an hour.
Yeah.
And so just having that flexibility to kind of go with the flow has been really important. And then the other one is just serious work ethic, because as a business owner, there's nobody that's going to really tell you to do your work but yourself. And so you have to be incredibly disciplined. That's the word I'm looking for. You have to be extremely disciplined. And we always say that from our dance background in particular, dance gave us so much discipline. And I know you as a dancer as well probably feel the same.
Yes.
But we're so grateful for that. As one of the biggest gifts that dance gave us is that we, when we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it, and to the best of our ability when it needs to be done. And it has served us tremendously in our career. That's
awesome. No, I can definitely relate to that. That's how I've been able to. I'm also a new-ish mom. My daughter's almost 2. And I work from home, and I kind of work from home, but she comes to work with me every day. And so that's a challenge. And, it's all that, it's that discipline that's driven into you from when you start dancing. It's, you're going to get it done no matter what it takes. You will get it done.
Yeah.
So what is the one thing, and if it's more than one, that's fine, that you wish you had known when you started?
I wish that maybe we built our database prior. Kind of having those networking events or just building your relationships should be done on the front end of your business, because you never know when you're going to need a lawyer to review a contract, or like she said, a plumber to come help you with the maintenance side of the business, or just when you're building your staff, you need to have those relationships, and that goes straight through to building your client base too, of having people come to the studio. A lot of it needs to be done on the front end, so it doesn't feel like you're in a crunch when you really need those people. And then you'll kind of have that trust and that relationship, that foundation already set, so things kind of happen more organically versus out of an emergency situation.
Okay. So, and you kind of already discussed this a little bit, but if you don't mind going a little bit deeper, why did you pick the Barre Code over other franchises that you looked at?
Yeah, so there were two things that really stood out to us. The first one being the variety. At the time, a lot of boutique fitness studios, they had their one format, and then you had to have multiple memberships to get your kickboxing, your bar, your yoga, your boot camp, all on these different memberships. Personally, I know they had the little key tags, where you would scan in at a studio sometimes, and when I was looking for a fitness franchise, I had like 7 key tags on my keychain, and that in itself was like, this is silly. And so we loved that, the variety that the program brought to its customers. And then the connection to community, our mantra. And at the time, it was like a radical thing that the studio was celebrating women, not for the size that they were, but allowing them to feel good and strong and capable and worthy at any point within their fitness journey. That was something that I think it's come a long way in the last 6 years, and there are a lot more people within the wellness and fitness space talking about that and celebrating that, and that's wonderful to see. When we first signed on, the Barre Code was one of the only ones that was doing that, and it was something that we really resonated with.
That's awesome. No, I love that. That is, and that you're right, that has become more prevalent in the last few years. But yeah, definitely 6 years ago, it really wasn't, and people weren't talking about it. And that is, I really feel like as empowering women, that's one of the things that people need to do, is we need to celebrate who we are and where we are in the moment, instead of, you know, the where we're trying to get, because you're not always going to get there.
Definitely.
So my last question is, what were the biggest challenges of ramping up your Barre Code?
So we do have 3 locations, and we actually just moved our first location. So we've gone through the process of starting a studio 4 different times. Okay. And I have to say that the stressors truly come from things that are out of our hands. As entrepreneurs and women, we tend to be control freaks. And so definitely during the build out process, I would say that's when our biggest stressors are at hand, because a lot of things do get out of our control, whether it's something going on with the city or just a roadblock within the build out process that we can't do or can't push through. It kind of creates the breakdown in that sense. And I'd love to say that we've been through it all, because doing it 4 times, we've learned so much in the process, but every single time
it's been different.
Team up. And so I guess that keeps us to always be learning, right?
No, that's, yeah. And I can't imagine what doing that 4 different times and doing a build out 4 different times is like. That's insane. And so they're all in the Detroit area, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's all in Metro Detroit.
Okay. No, that is absolutely awesome. This is, like I said, I'm totally fascinated by this. This is something that I think is just incredible. And I love the concept, and I love the mantra and what you all do, and how you empower women. And I just think it's great. And I really appreciate your time. That's all the questions that I have.